Shalom, shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Once again, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. All right, this is Naaman. And ran across this article today. It says The Real Truth, a magazine restoring plain understanding. All right, when you get Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Let's get that real quick. All right, as soon as this loads up. And this is for you all that still may be on the fence. You still doubt whether what the apostles and the elders and those of us out on the highways and byways are telling you, all right, that this kingdom is falling, it's falling fast, all right. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7, and it says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all that getting, get understanding, all right. And that's what we aim to do here, is provide that understanding, all right. And for those that get it, they get it, all right. And anyway, this is the 7 signs of a falling nation. Like I alluded to earlier, we're out there on the highways and byways, on the corners of the streets, telling you, all right, get yourself right. Clock's ticking, time's winding down, all right. The signs are there. They're evident, they're present, all right. It says, no government, this is by Bruce A. Ritter, no government, kingdom, or society lasts forever. Here are 7 factors that contributed to ancient Rome's demise. And this is not the revised Roman Empire. All right. In your everyday life, you see clues as to this being the revised Roman Empire. All right. The court system, everything's in Latin. Your medical field, everything's in Latin. All right. Et cetera, et cetera. All right. It says warning signs that exist today within the nations of the American and British peoples. When you understand that America's the 8th, it came out of the 7th, which was Britain. All right. Yeah. This is the daughter of Babylon. All right. It says in an interview with the Financial Times, U.S. Comptroller General David Walker stated that the United States government is on a burning platform of unsustainable policies and practices with fiscal deficits, chronic health care, underfunding, immigration, and overseas military commitments threatening a crisis if action is not taken soon. Again, another parallel to ancient Rome, all right, when its military was spread so thin, all right. The article added, Mr. Walker warned that there were striking similarities between America's current situation and the factors that brought down Rome, all right, including declining moral values, and those are all but gone, and political civility at home. Look at this, what's ongoing now, the Trump impeachment. It's now in the Senate, and you got reports of Republicans, because they know what's going on. And, they up there sleep, passing notes like little kids, you did in school, and I mean all kinds of like just not respecting the process. All right, their own BS. All right, because they know like we ain't, this shit ain't going through. All right, not knowing that actually the Democrats have set them up because whether he's impeached or not now, and they set the stages for him to be removed from office, what's going to come around during this fall, all right, when the election. How many seats are up for grabs? All right, on both sides. All right, and I'm talking about both houses. You got the Senate and the House and Congress. All right. Could it be? All right. So, like I say, they're laughing now, because they're in the power seat. They control the Senate, and you would need at least four uh, Republicans to say, "Hey, wait a minute, let's hear testimony from these people." All right, but so far everybody's been in lockstep uh, down party lines. All right, continuing on, it says, I read that again. It says. The article added Mr. Walker warned that there were striking similarities between America's current situation and the factors that brought down Rome, including declining moral values and political civility at home, and overconfident and overextended military in foreign lands, and fiscal irresponsibility by the central government. He added, I'm trying to sound an alarm and issue a wake up call. And that's what I started off with, trying, because that's what ultimately we're doing with our people. All right, let's go to Ezekiel 3. All right, let's see. This is Ezekiel chapter 3. All right. Actually, I started at the top. It says, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, meaning these scriptures, this book, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, and he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee into the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of an hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. And that's the thing that gets to you, because you're out here trying to wake up your own people, and you'll have a better conversation with a heathen than your own people, and it gets frustrated sometimes. But this is what this is saying here. It says, verse 7, But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Let's go on to that impudent. All right. This is Strong's H2389. Kazakh. Strong, stout, mighty, severe, sharp, firm, hard. All right. A strong one. All right. Stiff-hearted. Okay. Ultimately, that's what it is. Stiff-hearted. All right. Let's see. Hold on. All right. It says, Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And ultimately, that's what we're dealing with, a rebellious house, all right, which is the nation of Israel. All right, continuing on, it says, History reveals that all governments, empires, and kingdoms of men, no matter how grand, no matter how powerful, ultimately fall. It happened to ancient Egypt, Assyria, and Babylon. Even Rome was not exempt, though it dominated much of Europe, North Africa, the Middle East, and parts of the Near East, and lasted for 500 years. The Roman Empire ultimately fell. Now, here's what he's not taking into account, and let me make sure, just in case. Yeah, he's not taking into account there were actually two facets of the Roman Empire. You had the first, which was the pagan Roman Empire, the 12 Caesars, that lasted to roughly from 37 BC up until Domitian. So we're talking about around, crap, let's just say 100 AD, somewhere around there. And then ultimately Jake took over. And from then on up, let's see, it was around 190 AD. Because you had some more wars around, let's see, was it 117 AD? let's see, because you still had facets of, even though Jerusalem was sacked officially in 70 AD, all right, we scattered all about, and the bulk of us went into Africa to get away from the Romans, although we were scattered ultimately all over, but the bulk of us went into Africa. All right, so circa, let's see, 190 AD on up until around between 410 and 440 AD is when Rome ultimately just altogether bit the dust. All right, so from that point on, the Byzantine Empire, Jake ruled. Uh, and then you had the advent of Islam from around circa 600 AD. The Moors ruled up until around mid 1300s, early 1400s, and then you had the papal bulls, which were issued, and then Columbus came over here. So yeah, there's your timeline. All right, and ever since then, the revived Roman Empire. Salakia. All right. There is an old and popular saying, Rome was not built in a day. Likewise, the Roman Empire did not fall in one night. And that's true. It was a process. All right. Its decline was gradual. Not long after it rose to world dominance, several factors were already at work, contributing to empire's ultimate demise. All right. Similarly, these factors are at work among the societies of the American and British peoples and serve as warning signs of a civilization destined to fall. Destined. It's prophesied. All right. Let's go to let's see, Isaiah. Let's see, 46. This is prophesied. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. That's the Most High. All right. Number one, the family unit. All right. It says, few understand that the family unit is the basic building block of every thriving society. Within the family, young minds are first taught the importance of building character, controlling one's emotions, setting worthwhile goals, striving for excellence, or at least this should be the case as it was generations ago. At the start of the Roman Empire, fathers took seriously their role in properly instructing, training, and educating their sons, and mothers taught their daughters as well. The example of strong and active parents daily ingrained into children the importance of obedience, deference to civic authority, and respect for the laws of the land. But as new generations came of age, the family weakened and fractured. Husbands and wives gave in to the pulls of human nature to engage in widespread adultery, inevitably leading to increasing rates of broken marriages. Divorce for virtually any reason became legal. Wives only had to say to their husbands 3 times in succession, I divorce you, to bring it to pass. Now notice this is a look into the mind of Esau. Edom, the nation of Edom, the descendants of Esau, all right? Because you know that everything is 180 degrees what it's supposed to be. They do the exact opposite, all right? Now notice it said wives only had to say to their husbands 3 times in succession. Where have you heard something similar? You notice that Islam, I'm talking about the real ones. I'm talking about Ishmael. That's what they say. The men say to the woman. That's all it takes. All right. And where does Ishmael get the bulk of his instruction? From copying off the scriptures. See, Edom society, it's Queen of Heaven worship. They more or less give the woman, all right, fucked up. So now you can see also what they did to us and our people, breaking up our family. So that's why Hey, turnabout is fair play. So fuck them. These curses are being transferred onto them. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. See? Uh, uh, Psalms 7, 15 and 16. Psalms 9, 15. All right? All this is coming down on their own heads for what they did. All right? They fall into the trap that they set for us. Continuing on, it says also parents came to spoil their children, who then grew up to become lazy adults who were irreverent, disobedient to authority, and had little respect for the elderly or the old paths of social norms and values. All right. Likewise, the family unit in America, Britain, Australia, Canada, and other sister nations of the West is under constant assault. Broken marriages and fractured households are now the norm. Again, because they went to great pains, all right, when they brought us over here, breaking up our families, slave trade and everything, and it was a constant assault on our ever becoming a true family. All right, and they took all this legislation and everything, even up to this day. All right, hey, like I said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Turnabout is fair play, and this is the Most High is doing. All right, it says few fathers exercise a strong hand in teaching, guiding, and correcting their young, often leaving mothers to fill both parental roles. Damn, he's talking about our people, ain't he? Children are growing up pampered and catered to, never learning to accept and recover from setbacks. Now he's talking about Esau Edom, never being taught to rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man. Let's get that. Leviticus 19:32. Because there's no respect. Absolutely none. All right. It's Leviticus chapter 9, 19, verse 32. It says, Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man and fear thy power. I am the Most High Yahweh. All right. Do we have that? No. And they're taught that. All right. You can't discipline your children. All right. Oh no, don't do that. They want the state to do it. This is done on purpose. But see, whereas our people, because when you understand the 13th Amendment, that bullshit that was written, this was all designed for us. But now it's happening to them. All right. Continuing on, it says they live in a fantasy world in which they must have cell phones. They, I got to get into quotations, need their privacy. They have rights. As with ancient Rome, the British and American peoples, like their forefathers, the ancient, look at this. See what I'm saying? These Edomites got to go. Let me read this again. As with ancient Rome, the British and American peoples, this is who they're saying they are now, like their forefathers, the ancient Israelites, ignore God's counsel. Stand you in the old ways and see and ask for the old paths. The fuck? See? What comes to mind? Isaiah 44 and 5. All right. Ezekiel 36 and 5. All right. Also, Psalm 50, verse 16 and 17. All right. Here it is on the outside, they're professing to everybody, well, we uphold the law, statutes, and commandments of the Hebrew power, the Hebrew Israelite power. All right. But yet, they hate instruction, as Psalms 50 and 16 and 17 say. All right. But you took the covenant in your mouth. And this is why you have to answer for everything you've done. All right, so right here, I'm going to stop and I'm going to make a part 2 because I have, a lot more to go here. So with that, once again, I hope whoever sees this is edified and call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakwadash. All right, once again, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who told me this truth. All right. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity while trying to wake up and hopefully elect. So with that, to part 2, coming up. Shalom, Akim.